But you got into 6 schools and you had a lot of options before you there. And obviously that's a pretty good success rate too. Now I'm wondering, you have these impressive experiences and you also have obviously quite a bit of writing ability as well. So I'm wondering how you distilled those experiences into your application. I'll put aside the one with all the short essays because I want to keep this more broadly applicable for those who'd be applying to any law school, most of which have personal statement, diversity statement, optional essays and addenda, and so on. So I'm wondering how you might have chosen where to bucket those experiences.
Great question. So I have gone through a lot of job interviews in my day. I am 22, just to put that out there. But I have had a lot of job interviews, weirdly, just because I've done so many weird things. So in those job interviews, I have had interviewers hone in on certain things that they think are really interesting and they want to hear me talk more about them. So one thing that I took into account was what have people kind of had the biggest reaction to, like when they've looked at my resume, whether it's a career counselor or someone at school or a prof or an actual interviewer for a job, they'll kind of be like, wow, like I didn't know you did this. Like, why don't you tell me more about that? And just even if you don't have that interview, like formal experience, if you are talking to people about what you've done in the past and they kind of have this taken aback sort of like, oh, tell me more about that sort of reaction, I think that's a good indicator that that's something that would definitely be interesting for someone who doesn't know you at all to hear about. So that was kind of what I did. Like I said, with the writing, people are kind of like, wow. So I really played that up. Another thing that I really played up was kind of like the consulting experience, just because that was really unusual. That's unusual in my city. I think there was one consulting, it was through my co-op in business school, and there was only one position for all of the whole like co-op program for that. So yeah, it was for like a pretty big company, and so I played that up too. And yeah, just taking stock, like what do you know in your mind, like what's most interesting about you and what you've done. So play that up, like don't hide. This is your time to showcase what you're made of and impress people.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.